Okay, I've read more people than I would ever expect that have bought Red Baron Mexican pizza since our last show. Like I've seen posts and comments on YouTube, and I've
seen the photos.
I hope it doesn't suck. I hope you guys like it.
I am going to tag Red Baron in this video when I post it on Instagram next and just see if somehow they can send us Red Baron pizza. Jeff, your freezer is stocked.
Yeah. Look at that. Yep. Oh my goodness.
Like 8 pizzas.
My favorite is when they're on sale for $2.99 at Kroger. Then I really stock up.
They're not all the Mexican pizzas. There's a variety of pizzas in our fridge. But yeah, she went all in on Red Baron.
Well, I hope they're good.
Yeah.
Or at least worth
like
what you pay.
Yeah. You know, they're
Is
like
that Thunder?
Yes. Yeah, it's Thunder.
They're like they're like in the Red Baron boardroom. Like, I don't understand. Our sales quadrupled over the last week. What happened? Do we have a social media person?
Jeff,
They're like, no.
Why don't you dress up as Red Baron for Halloween?
I already have my costume for Halloween.
It's not Red Baron?
No.
No, he won't tell me what it is.
Do you guys know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to be an Ewok.
Are you really? When is this?
I really am.
Take
Friday.
Oh, Friday. We're going to see it in person. The Ewok.
Like a cosplay Ewok.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I used to have a cat that looked like an Ewok.
Really?
Right? They're like those teddy bear looking things.
Pizzas to Ewoks.
By the way, that audio of the thunder was fantastic.
That was my stomach rumbling for Red Baron pizza. That was not thunder.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the DVC Show. I'm your host, Paul Krieger, joined as always by my lovely wife, Amy Krieger.
Hello.
We've got John Sakari, aka Big Fat Panda, with us.
Future Ewok.
Welcome home, everyone.
We got Derek DeBoer. Derek, this is probably the most boring shirt you've worn for a while.
It was really hard today because I literally go through and I'm like, no, I've worn that. I'm like, I'm just going to go nice and just very simple today. So there's no Disney logo on this whatsoever. So I just want to keep it fresh. That's it.
And the one, the only, the Jeff Haslam is with us as well.
Hey, everybody.
All right, that intro was something fierce. We were all over the place. We got thunder and lightning going on down here. We're talking about pizzas. We're talking about Ewoks. I don't even know. Well, we're talking about Moonlight Magic. That's what we're here to talk about today because did this sneak up on anyone else? I actually put a calendar reminder on my schedule now so that I kind of remember the time frame in which Moonlight Magic announcements happen because I thought it was like November or December.
Yeah, it was early.
It was the same exact date as last year.
Well, then we just have no idea.
Exact day. September 9th,
We've got you figured
2023,
out.
September 9th, 2024.
Well, you need to mark September 9th.
I marked the whole week just to make sure that I don't kind of forget it.
Obviously I was wrong about when the announcements came, but does it feel like there were more that were further out this time that gave people more opportunities for planning? Like some of them one of them isn't even in the 11-month window yet. Yeah. And a lot of them were before the 7-month window.
Yeah, and we'll get into all the dates and the specifics of these, but I would agree with you. These are very spread out throughout the calendar this year, and I think that's a direct response to some of the stuff that we've heard people saying, which is that, DVC Moonlight Magic, I can't plan around it, or, it never hits my dates. It's only for certain people. And I think DVC's been much better about that in recent history, not only with Moonlight Magic, but they did kind of their summer, I forget the exact term that they used, but they did an entire
why can't I remember?
Certain number of weeks throughout the summer, which was like their member summer event, and they had free ice cream, and they had characters, and they had special...
Yeah, we kind of ran into one at Vero Beach.
We did, yeah. They had a special character meet and greet at Vero Beach that they did one time. So all of that, I think that they are responding to this. You've got the meet and treat that they do for Halloween. We've not heard anything about that yet, but I assume that's going to come back again. Valentine's Day. So they're peppering in more events throughout the year, and I think that's kind of a direct response to some of this feedback, and now they're doing it with Moonlight Magic as well. Go ahead, Derek.
I have a question, Paul, about that Vero Beach, because, of course, I love my Vero Beach. I'm curious, like, how did they do that meet and greet? Because it's a quote unquote member benefit. I mean, were they asking people, like, are you a member, turning people away? I mean, there's no way they did that.
Yeah, it was at the pool,
at the
and
pool.
anybody could show up. And
Yeah.
they had the sign that said membership. I can't remember what it was called. Well, I can't remember what it was called.
Summer member, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't
either.
DVC Summerfest. They announced it after DVC Summerfest. Surprise, surprise. But DVC Summer.
I know, it's driving me
events?
crazy.
Exclusive events for summer.
Anyway,
if you're looking-
anybody could have showed
If you're
up.
looking for an article about it, DVCfan.com has an amazing article that kind of walks through it. Welcome home weeks.
Welcome home
It was
weeks.
Samsonite. I was way off. We were close. But yeah, so I think that DVC is being more responsive to kind of just making it so that maybe something is falling in that week or around the time frame of at least one of your trips that you come down here for. They're never going to make everyone happy in this regard, but it snuck up on all of us that the 2025 Moonlight Magic dates were announced, as well as a couple bonus Moonlight Magic dates that are coming to Animal Kingdom at the end of 2024. And we will get to all of that and more. But before we do, this and all of our DVC fan content is brought to you by the world of DVC Resale Market. If you're looking to buy or sell a Disney Vacation Club contract, Monera Financial, who can assist in financing that DVC resale contract purchase, and the DVC rental store, where you can try before you buy, rent your points or rent out your points or swap your points for Sandals Vacation. I actually just recently filled in for Ellie, who's our swap specialist, and I had to book a Sandals vacation, and that was fun. I'd never done that before.
To the place we went on our honeymoon.
To the place that we went on our honeymoon.
I know.
Sandals. I actually talked
Did you
to
tell them that?
I talked to the lady on the phone there. I think her name is Jan, and she is celebrating her 25th wedding anniversary for that trip. And so she was booking what is now referred to as Sandals South Coast, which used to be Sandals White House, which is where Amy and I went for
I know. I want to go back. It's changed so much since we've been there.
Yeah.
So
I guess I probably should have told her more about the resort. I just told her more about the windy van drive to get to the resort. So
that's the best
Is this
part.
Jamaica?
Jamaica. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing like a Jamaican van ride.
With
I've
stray
got one of those
goats
too.
and
It's sketchy for sure. And they don't serve rum swizzles out of their trunk.
they don't. No, none of those.
So before we get into Moonlight Magic, so first off, if you're new to DVC, if you're like Moonlight Magic, what is that? I've never heard that term before. So this is a special after hours exclusive for direct or qualifying DVC members. And during these events, members can enjoy special, character meet and greets at the parks. They can enjoy special treats at the parks. They can enjoy, obviously, some lower wait times, enjoying some after hours time. It is kind of a one-of-a-kind experience. And I always chalk this up as one of the things that we bought direct for.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's
because of fear of missing out on
FOMO.
those.
Yeah. It's, you want to be able to go to these exclusive events. You want to do some of these things. And as I've said before, I always say that I think every member at some point in their life is going to become some sort of hybrid member where you've got, your direct contract and then you've added on
Maybe
some
not
resale
everybody,
points.
but a large
I think,
percentage.
a large percentage
aim
of people
for that,
will kind of aim for that. And it's to the fear of missing out is the truth of it all. Panda, you've said that before. I know, we've all kind of talked about that in some degree where it's just like, I want to be able to do all these fun things. Got to be a direct member, at least for some of them. Doesn't maybe make up for all of the money we spent, but it's just money. Can't take it with me, I guess. But before we get into the 2025 dates and kind of the 2025 information, we had a blast in 2024 with Moonlight Magic, with the events that we got to go to. We got to go to several as a group. Most specifically and most memorably, we spent Derek's first Moonlight Magic experience with him, and it was absolutely wonderful to be able to just sit in Restaurantosaurus for 4 hours and
that's what it felt like.
and go back
with
three
cold
times.
fries. Yeah.
And so I wanted to kick it off there, and I'll get Panda, Jeff, your thoughts as well on this. But Derek, 2024 will go down in history as Derek's first Moonlight Magic. Was it everything and more that you wanted it to be, or do you not get the hype? Give us your rundown of Moonlight Magic.
Yeah, so I never would have thought that I'd go to a Moonlight Magic event before I rode the Skyliner, but that actually did happen. So no, it was, we had the best time. And of course it was because the people that we were with. So I was able to come, and my wife, Annie, joined us, and Jeff, I mean, the whole gang was there. So it was really, really fun. I mean, obviously I've heard about them for the longest time. I've just never really wanted to kind of, wake up at 3 a.m. and get 18 laptops and try to, get into a queue of 6.2 million to try to get into one of these. So when Paul was able to get tickets, it worked out perfect for me to come. And I had a great time. I think I was lucky just because my first event happened to be, it was Animal Kingdom, and it was at night. So being able to go to Animal Kingdom at night is such a rare experience, to be there when it's dark, and you get to see the park in a complete different way. So I think that definitely added to it. But I mean, the wait times were low. I didn't find wait times for, getting the little refreshments and all that. They gave us all the little cards for the coupons and all the, free stuff you get. I just thought it was really fun. But I think for me, it was super cool to be in Animal Kingdom at night. Probably, like, I really wouldn't care to go to Hollywood Studios, which is my least favorite park. So I don't care if I'm there, at night. It doesn't make a big difference. But Animal Kingdom at night with all y'all was super cool.
That's the number one thing you hear from people too about Animal Kingdom is like, I want to be there. I want to be there after hours.
The lights are so pretty. It's very underutilized at night, and I get it because of the animals and things like that. But it is those rare occasions where you get to see it in the dark is really neat.
Shout out to our friend Juan, who previously, actually, I think he worked in Disney, and he told me he worked for like an adjacent company that did a lot of painting and stuff related to Disney. And one time he told me that he was working on the hyper fluorescent paint that is on the Pandora as you walk around at night. And it's like, it was funny because I took time out of my trip the next time I was there at night to focus on how certain areas were a lot brighter than others. And so you don't think about that kind of stuff in terms of
where
like,
they repainted.
When you're walking around during the day, you don't notice it. So like, but then at night, like you're walking around and there's certain areas where it's like, oh, this has definitely been touched up. It's a lot brighter than other areas. So I don't know, like Animal Kingdom at night is kind of just an awesome experience.
Oh, and two, sorry, just one last thing to add, because it's the only one that I've been to. I think what was extra special about it too is that it's almost like when you go on a member cruise, is everybody there is a member. So it just has a different feeling. It has a different feel because like you're with your own community and you're with friends and you're with family. I mean, we were blessed enough to run into so many members of the DVC fan family there. So all of that. So it takes on a different meaning when you're somewhere where every single person in there shares one common interest, which is Disney Vacation Club. So that I think made it extra cool.
Panda, how was your DVC experience this year for Moonlight Magic?
Yeah, I agree with Derek completely. And I'm one of the ones too, like Derek, I don't wake up at 3 a.m. and try to get these things. I wait for friends to be like, hey, we got a spot for you. And I'm so thrilled. I've been blessed that way. But yeah, and it was also the people we were with. We were with you guys, but with the DVC family. And then the psychedelic paint looks much better after Jeff hands you a very strong rum drink that I don't know. I must have had an empty stomach because the psychedelic paint, the drums, and the rum, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
There is a point of our Animal Kingdom video where you walk through in that video, and it must be the rum drink that sparked that.
One of my favorite things ever.
Either that or the Navi spirit went through me.
Jeff, you experienced multiple Moonlight Magics this year. I know you went to Epcot. I know you went to Typhoon Lagoon. Did you do a Hollywood Studios? Or?
Hollywood Studios, yeah. I brought my son with his Oswald ears.
Yeah, so you did the trifecta. Or you did them all.
Yeah.
How was Moonlight Magic? This would be your first year doing it basically as a local and kind of experiencing multiple events.
Yeah, and to Derek's point, Animal Kingdom was probably my favorite because again, what we've already talked about, the nighttime at Animal Kingdom. I wish they opened the safaris, because they did for a while have a nighttime safari for like a minute. But Pandora at night, and it doesn't get talked about enough, but Everest at night is actually really fun.
Yes.
The way they have that lit up. I'll be interesting to see if once Tropical Americas has done what they do as far as a nighttime over there, because I think that could be really special. But I kind of liked each Moonlight Magic for its own. You know, Derek said, I don't need to go to Hollywood Studios. It's not my favorite park, and I get that. But the fact that we had our own Fantasmic, which is my favorite show at Walt Disney World, was really nice. You didn't have to go 2 hours before, buy a dining package. You just kind of got to show up. There was plenty of seats for everybody that wanted to go.
That's cool.
It's such a great show. It is so much fun. Typhoon Lagoon, that was my first time doing that particular Moonlight Magic, and we had an absolute riot.
Yeah.
That's my
From the
favorite
cabana
Moonlight
to
Magic.
Amy and Amy trying to catch bubbles. The whole night was fantastic.
I think
They like smoked. They like had smoke in them.
we had never really done Disney water parks too much before the Moonlight Magic events at Typhoon Lagoon, and we've done a Typhoon Lagoon event both of the past 2 years. Last year it was thunder and lightning all around us,
It
and
was
yet
scary.
and yet they were letting people on rides and letting people in the water, and you're like,
Yeah.
this doesn't feel safe, but I'm at Disney, everything's safe. And it's like and yet just that whole thought process.
I want to
was-
hear from someone else who was at that one. So that was 2023
Yeah.
Typhoon Lagoon. It was in May, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were at that one, I just want to know what you felt, because there's something, especially since it's stormy right now, but just being in that wave pool, seeing that wave coming at you with lightning like streaking the sky behind it, like that's a different feeling.
Yeah, because you already bought DVC. If you were maybe like members to be, you would have made sure you were okay.
Well, and really quick too, I talked about the 3, but I didn't talk about Epcot, which is the best and only use for your snack coupons.
Yeah.
So I think each one has something special that the other ones don't. So
Yeah, the fireworks at Epcot as well. Just you know,
Yes.
they put together a good fireworks show there. I remember 2 years ago, so they skipped fireworks right after the pandemic and reopening with some of the Moonlight Magic events. And I remember when the first event that the fireworks came back for, we were over by Test Track, and we just heard these loud popping noise, like these.
We didn't know.
We didn't know what was happening, and coming out of Test Track, and I was like, oh, they're doing the special fireworks. And I'm like booking it across the park to get as close as I can. And I think we got to like the Odyssey Bridge. And
Do you remember it was just a welcome message in the past? Like, welcome
remember
DVC.
that.
Oh,
You're like,
the
no
welcome home
fireworks?
moment on the giant tacos. Yeah, that was special. That was real special. And they hyped it up.
I was waiting for the
so
fireworks. Yeah.
They hyped it up so big.
It
I
was
think
just how it was hyped
I think
up.
I even live streamed that on the DVC fan Facebook group at the time. I was like, this is going to be big. This is going to be epic. And it was like, just like they light up the taco barges back during the Harmonious days. And it was like,
just like they do for the race.
welcome home.
Yeah.
The end. Thank you. But yeah, so Moonlight Magic is a must-do event, and it was funny this year. We heard more people than ever, kind of in the DVC fan Facebook group, trying to predict when some of these dates were to come out, so that they could try to plan their vacation like around those dates and around those, so that hopefully they could attend one of these. And I hope that so many of you in this community get to experience of these at least once on one of your trips. Just it is a very special event, and it does give you that extra feeling, as Derek said, of being around fellow members. This is our community. This is our bubble. This is why this show exists. Like, is all bringing all of these people together, and that's an extra special feeling. So it's great to hear.
I'd be super curious, Paul, and I don't know, you guys know, but I'd love to know how many people that go to Moonlight Magic, A, it just happened to coincide with the trip that they already booked, or B, the dates come out and then they luckily, try to secure a date. So I'd just be curious how that shakes out.
Yeah, and for the registration process of, Moonlight Magic, there's multiple steps to this. So first and foremost, there are 2 different registration periods for every single Moonlight Magic event. So there is basically the registration period for those that do have a room reservation during that specific event window. And when we say room reservation, it can be a Disney Vacation Club reservation at one of the Disney Vacation Club properties, or it can be a cash reservation, but that cash reservation does have to be booked with Disney Vacation Club. That's a new policy that actually started last year. And so previously it could be any cash reservation at any of the Disney resorts. So at one point, I think
we stayed at Pop.
We stayed at Pop
Coronado.
Century. We've stayed at Coronado Springs for a Moonlight Magic event. But now, even if you are booking at one of those resorts, you have to book it through Disney Vacation Club by calling member services. You can still book it as a cash reservation. Don't have to do it on points or anything. But that reservation essentially has to be routed through Disney Vacation Club.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think DVC can only book villas cash. I don't think they can book you Pop Century.
I've not tried that, actually. So
I think it's just villas. Am I wrong?
I would 100% say it would only be the villa.
So if you're doing a cash reservation to qualify for Moonlight Magic, yes, exactly. You're going to be shelling out a lot of money because you have to book a cash villa.
Yeah, obviously that rule was brought on as a pure cash grab. I've not tried to see, can it be something where I can actually just, am I using DVC as my travel agent?
No,
so to say?
I'm almost positive it's villas only.
But that is option number 1. Is first and foremost, you've got to have that reservation over the dates of that Moonlight Magic event. You then qualify for an advanced booking window in which Disney Vacation Club will say, hey, if you're trying to go for the January 26th Hollywood Studios Moonlight Magic event, booking for those with resort reservations is on this date at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Could be 10 next year.
It's always 11. It hasn't changed for 4 years.
They'll send out a link and you'll get into an online queue. If you're familiar with Run Disney events or anything of that sort, you basically are in a randomized queue. And once the queue goes live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, then you will get a randomized number. And that is your place in line for the queue. And if you get through the queue and they let you book, they will allow you to book basically one of 2 things, either up to the number of occupants in the room that you have or yourself and 4 guests. So a total of 5 people on the reservation. So obviously if you book a grand villa, you can have a lot more people.
And to add to that, if you have multiple reservations that are all on your points for that evening, you can book the amount of people that are on those total reservations.
Yes.
Yeah, but they have to all be booked with you, the qualifying memberships points.
Yep. So your best chance at getting Moonlight Magic is to have that room reservation and to have that early booking window. Still no guarantee, no 100% guarantee. The event will fill up, or that early booking window and what they've allocated for that early booking window will fill up. So get in there, have multiple devices open, have multiple browser windows open so you get multiple numbers. Those are all tricks that people have used in the past to just try to get into that event. But once you get in, you're registered, you're good to go. Don't touch that reservation that you made after that point in time. That is a big no-no, because if you do anything with that reservation, try to cancel it, try to modify it, it is going to void your Moonlight Magic registration. So just keep that in mind. The other is the general registration window. So essentially, this is a window for any Disney Vacation Club member that qualifies. And that window opens. It is a much more limited amount of reservations that they withhold for this.
Yeah, and just as an example, with the resort reservations, we've seen as many as people who had queue numbers in the 10,000s get in with the resort ones. And with the general, we've seen it's usually around 5. You have to have around 500 or less in the queue. So and some of them are even less than that, depending on the park.
Yeah, that one, I can't remember which one it was, but that one sold out super fast on general, faster than I think less than 200 people got in. Was that Hollywood Studios last year? I can't remember. One of them was we were shocked.
Yeah.
But then you're good to go, and you're going to Moonlight Magic. And I think that, that's the best part. So it's worth it to kind of take those, get those early reservations if you can. If your vacation kind of aligns with one of these dates, definitely try for this because it's going to be an amazing opportunity. So we did just get the 2025 booking dates for Moonlight Magic. And before we move on to those, they tacked on a few additional events that are coming late in 2024 at Animal Kingdom. So more opportunities for animals and rum swizzle drinks and whatever you want to enjoy the after hours event at Animal Kingdom for. So these additional dates are October 24th, November 21st, and December 10th of this year. 3 additional dates coming to the Animal Kingdom. And I think what's awesome is that they are allowing you to attend one of these, even if you did one of the Animal Kingdom events earlier this year. So anyone that has attended, essentially with Moonlight Magic, you can only attend one event
You're
per
like
park.
answering all the questions I'm supposed to dole out.
I feel like this is just the general information
I know, I'm
part
just
where it's
kidding.
like, this is the important stuff you need to know. Then there's like the random questions that we get. But anyhow, the rule is essentially that, I cannot go to, there are only 2 Epcot events. I cannot personally register for both Epcot events. Spread the love, spread the wealth, let multiple people go to these events, let someone else experience Moonlight Magic. So that is the rule as it exists throughout the calendar year. But DVC has essentially said that for these extra events, since they're kind of last minute notice, we're changing that rule a little bit so that you can, experience one of these in addition. So if we wanted to register or try to register and go to one of these additional events, even though we have all gone to Animal Kingdom already once this year, we could do so. I'm not quite sure our schedules will allow so.
Yeah,
but,
we're not going.
But
it's nice because now you have more chances of something lining up with vacations.
Yeah, and I think this is the unexpected aspect of it all, where it's like the people that were like, oh, we're not going to get to experience Moonlight Magic this year because we're going October 24th. It's like, well, magically now DVC's kind of added a last-minute Moonlight Magic event onto the schedule. So information on registering for those events is up on the dvcfan.com in our article about the 2025 dates. So head there. The room resort registration window for that is on September 19th, and the general registration window for those opens on October 8th. So those are the important dates to keep in mind if you're looking to grab one of those extra events that are coming in 2024. But in addition to that, we also got the full slate of dates for 2025, and I'll go through them real quick. Epcot, and I found this interesting. I just want to dwell here for a second. So Epcot, we've got 2 event dates. We've got April 30th, 2025 and July 17th, 2025. Now, this is much later than Epcot normally is. Normally, Epcot is January, February timeframe.
Yeah.
They align with both the
Festival of the Arts
and the Flower and Garden Festival. Based off of this timeline, I have to imagine the April 30th date is going to capture Flower and Garden, but July 17th, ain't gonna be nothing going on at Epcot.
Yeah, so good luck with those snack coupons.
And that's, I mean, Jeff, you mentioned earlier, and I know you made a video and put it out. I mean, you guys were getting lobster tails and going hog wild on snack coupons.
Yeah, we were. And, one of our moderators on DVC Fan is Ryan Chung. He gets money out of places that there is no money. I don't know how he does it. He can squeeze a rock and have a lobster tail come out of it. So we definitely got our money's worth at Epcot with our snack coupons, where conversely, we were all at Animal Kingdom and we all left our snack coupons on a garbage can.
We left all the trash cans.
I forgot
about that.
Yeah.
And with a whole pile of other ones.
Game coupons, yeah.
To put it in context, most of the food booths will accept those snack coupons for whatever they're offering for those festivals up until they don't usually go all night, right? They cut those off pretty early. So this is one of those that you want to get to Moonlight Magic.
Yeah, when the park closes, those close. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think between the 5 of us, we probably would have spent $300 or $400 that we didn't spend.
Yeah, it's a tremendous value that kind of gets tied to those. So It'll be interesting. Maybe maybe there's going to be another festival that gets popped into Epcot next year. I know I've been dreaming of like a barbecue and brews festival for some time during the summer, and they kind of cleared that summer schedule a little bit, and that's what drives people to Epcot is festivals.
I just think that DVC looked at the calendar and said there might be some folks that have never experienced the cool, balmy state of Florida in July. And they thought, you know what? How do we get them down here? We're like, I don't know. Let's put an event and let's roast them.
Yeah, April's the one to go to with that weather.
Yeah. April's the one that we're going to probably try to go to. But the July one, I know Lauren Dela Cruz, one of our DVC fan moderators and a contributor very regularly as well, mentioned, you could use your snack coupons at Halls and get.
Oh, she said I don't know if they accept them. We'll have to find out.
We'll see what happens on July 17th.
Yeah, they're going to have to maybe
date,
change it up a little bit.
So that is the 2 Epcot dates for 2025. Hollywood Studios is coming back on January 26th and September 1st.
And that's Labor Day. So that's interesting.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
that's September 1st, 2025 is Monday, Labor Day.
Yeah, and just
wow.
Very wide range in these.
And the 26th one, I think that's the one, is on a Sunday, which I've never seen before. Let me double check.
It's just interesting to see the range of these now, where it used to be like within 2 months or so, you'd have all of the events for one park. Yeah, you'd have you'd have the whole slate for that park for that year.
Yeah. So Moonlight Magic has been typically on Tuesdays and Wednesdays with like an occasional one that's maybe like a Friday, very rare. And it's weird that the January Hollywood Studios is on a Sunday and that the September 1st is Labor Day. So I thought that was really weird.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom, the only one announced so far for 2025 is February 12th of 2025. Potentially might see some additional ones pop on the calendar at a later point. Typhoon Lagoon is getting 3 next year, which I think might be pointing to the fact that it is popular. May 20th, June 9th, and August 11th. At least they picked the summer months for this and didn't say January, Typhoon Lagoon, Moonlight Magic. Although I will say I wish that maybe we
Blizzard Beach is what's open
we got like an earlier one and maybe had a Blizzard Beach event. That would be pretty cool.
That would have been cool.
Freeze our butts off.
Yeah. We'd take one for the team. We'd do it. And then last but not least, not forgetting our West Coast friends. I'm sorry, you only get one. California Adventure Moonlight Magic, February 3rd,
I will say, they only get one, but they get a really good one. Like, besides the fact that it's a DCA, they get, last time they got I don't know what you call it, like a voucher that they could spend X amount of money on food. So, and they got multiple of them. So it was like they got a really good deal.
Yeah,
on
it wasn't
the free
like
food.
It wasn't like a snack voucher. It was like, here's a $10 or $15 voucher that you can use.
But they got like $30 something worth total that they could use.
Yeah. So,
here's a voucher for free DVC points. Here you go, 50 points. There you go.
Wouldn't that be cool though? If like out of the people that attended Moonlight Magic, like one person got a voucher and it was like
a Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Yeah,
just a little scratchy on the side of each voucher, and one of them wins.
I would love to say that would go over well. At the same time, in my head, though, I'm thinking of fist fights breaking out over vouchers and stuff like that. Like I just don't know that it would go all that well. So I don't know. Be interesting, but one event at California Adventure. The past 3 to 4 to 5 years, no events for Magic Kingdom anymore.
They used to, and they used to do Disneyland.
Yeah, they used to do Disneyland. They used to do Magic Kingdom.
I think they just have too many evening events at those places.
They make too much money.
Magic Kingdom has, Christmas parties and Halloween parties and after hours. And technically, if you get married at Magic Kingdom, your options are at the crack of dawn or after the park closes at night. So they probably have a lot of events going on.
It would be cool if they did 2 Magic Kingdom events. One that was an after hours around the fall season and one that was an after hours around the holiday season. And they were essentially the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and the Not So Scary Halloween Party. So essentially what they're doing at Typhoon Lagoon to a degree.
It's H2O.
It's the H2O Glow event.
Yeah, pretty much.
They just put a different Band-Aid on it and call it something different. But yeah, so a lot of dates this year, a lot of opportunities to do Moonlight Magic. I think the general opinion from most of the community, they were very happy with a lot of these dates and kind of what's been put out there. We've mentioned multiple times throughout this show that it is only valid for qualifying members, and I think that can be very confusing as to what that even means anymore for a lot of people. So grandfathered members that have been around for a while, you guys, if you've always gotten the benefits, you still always get the benefits, whether you're direct or resale. So those people that have been grandfathered, that have been around for a long period of time as a DVC member, you're still going to be able to do that and experience these events. More recently, it does qualify based off of the number of points that you've purchased direct. I believe the direct minimum now is 150 points is the direct minimum as of today, but that has changed over the years. So depending on what it was, the big thing is if you look on your My Disney Experience app or your digital wallet card, you're going to be looking for that DVCY designation, or basically that old blue card designation that qualifies you for these member benefits. And I believe over on the DVC resale market website, there's a wonderful blog that kind of just fully outlines the restrictions and what the differences between direct and resale are, and when those dates and those specific timelines are, so that you can kind of know, oh yeah, I fall into that realm or I don't fall into that realm. So it's the class system that unfortunately DVC has created for us here. So
it is, but I mean, I can tell you on the resale side of things, of any quote unquote member benefit that Disney's created over the years, this is by far the one that I get asked the most about. So when folks start doing research into Disney Vacation Club and maybe they've heard about it, blah, 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 one of the first questions that always comes up is, hey, so do I get to go to those private parties? That always is one of the first questions. So, I mean, kudos to Disney, because people weren't, asking, hey, do I still get, 10% off a pretzel if I join, blah, blah, blah. No, but they will ask, do I qualify, if I buy resale, to be able to luck my chances to get into one of these Moonlight Magic events? And of course the answer is no, but that's like what Paul said, that's why so many members, if stuff like this is important to you, you just have to remember, just because I hear people all the time that say, God, we bought, direct 4 years ago and we've never been able to get in to one of these Moonlight Magic events. And like, it makes us crazy. We've never been able to get in. So again, it's not I'm going to buy direct and I automatically get to go to one of these. Like Paul just kind of outlined, it's, you got to dot your I's, cross your T's, cross your legs, cross your hands, and, pray that you get in. But yeah, I mean, it's very smart on Disney's part to create these, because it definitely, if any direct benefit that they've ever done gives people that, FOMO, it's these Moonlight Magic events for sure.
Derek, you mentioned, this is a common conversation that you have with DVC resale market purchasers or buyers. Mm-hmm. Do you have this more often than, say, the conversation related to like annual passes or something like that? I've always wondered.
Annual passes.
Is that probably number one still? Like annual pass, and then this is like a close second place?
Probably, yeah. Okay. It's kind of a 1-2 punch. So it's always, hey, do I get the quote unquote discounts? So it's kind of, people kind of lump all of them into kind of one thing, because when they learn about the club, that's what the direct guides are, obviously that's their ace in the hole is, yeah, you can buy resale, but let me tell you what you're going to miss out on. Like, have you ever been to Animal Kingdom at night? Well, you never will unless you buy direct with Disney. So, they're doing a great job with that. But yeah, again, as we've always stressed, any direct benefits, these Moonlight Magic events, Disney could decide for 2026, we ain't doing them anymore. And you can't do anything about it because it's not part of your membership. So yeah, just always keep that in mind.
Derek, it sounds like in some former life you've said that multiple times.
I was just going to say, yeah, that's Derek. Okay.
Previous direct.
You want to see Animal Kingdom at night?
He opens his trench coat and has a contract in there.
And a rum swizzle.
A trench coat covered in fluorescent paint. Wouldn't you like to see this for real? Look.
This is going dark in a hurry.
Right.
I hope you're still listening and watching. If not, I completely understand as well.
Derek's fangs grow.
I don't want to go to that event.
With the news of the 2025 Moonlight Magic dates coming out, Amy put up a little questionnaire out on the DVC fan Facebook group, just asking, what questions do you have that maybe we've not answered previously about Moonlight Magic? I've not read any of these questions, and
That's okay. You answered like half of them.
Oh, good. I did a great job of reading people's minds tonight. But what have we not answered? What kind of questions do people have about Moonlight Magic?
Okay. So this question's from Aaron. We have a reservation already for 2 different dates. If we were to modify it 7 months, the location, does that cancel your qualifying reservation? So the answer is that is possible. There will be a cutoff date for every single event that your resort has to be locked in, that you can't make changes at all. Because if you do make changes, then you will risk canceling, and that could be changing the room, the resort, whatever. You need to have all your people on it by those dates. Now, those dates have only been announced for the December ones.
So the new events that are coming to Animal Kingdom later this year, October 24th, November 21st, December 10th, they are the only ones that we have a reservation window for at this time. We don't have reservation windows for any of the 2025 dates. But when that information is released, normally we do post it on dvcfan.com, or you'll hear about it in the Facebook group. But there will always be a disclaimer, and the disclaimer for these Animal Kingdom events is that all modifications to your resort reservations must be made by September 15th, 2024.
Yeah.
So that means make all of those changes before.
So in most case, it is before the 7, or it's after the 7-month window. Like you have time to modify it 7 months, but you just want to keep an eye on whatever that date is that you can't modify past, and you don't want to modify past that date.
So if you're adding me to your reservation, it's DEREK.
IK.
Derek.
This question is from Frank. Do I log into the DVC members site, and will there be a specific tab? No. The site is not that. Not that advanced now.
Yeah, so when you actually go onto the Disney Vacation Club website, there is a section that'll be member benefits, and normally in the member benefits section, that is where you'll see Moonlight Magic listed, and you can click into that. Right now on the homepage, actually, there is a little banner that they have since they just announced 2025 dates, but this is just the general informational page about all of the dates. If you qualify for one of these dates, you will receive an email with the specific booking link, and that will then take you to the registration page at the designated time
They
frame.
use Queue-It, which is a website for virtual queues. And something else on that topic, sometimes the email doesn't go out to everybody. So if that happens to you, always check the DVC fan Facebook group. There's always a community member that posts a link so that everybody has it that needs it. Yeah. So always check for that. Okay. Someone asked, are they going to keep on adding the end of the, like, in other words, are they going to keep adding more Moonlight Magics?
I believe this is the second year that they've actually tacked on a few extras. So, I wouldn't expect much more than that, and probably wouldn't expect them anywhere other than Animal Kingdom. But
so somebody asked, in all actuality, like, how hard is it to actually get tickets, assuming you meet the qualifications?
It's gotten better.
Mm-hmm, it has.
Since they changed the rule about you having to either have a reservation or a cash booking through member services rather than just going on to Disney's website and booking cash, it's gotten a little bit easier. Because, like I said, I went to all 4 last year.
Yeah, we've not really ever struggled with it. It's just how diligent are you in getting on there, making sure you've got your windows open, making sure you get in the queue right when the window opens. And in Derek and Panda's case, have a good friend that adds you to the reservation. So. Don't worry, guys. We booked rooms for all next year's events already.
But we can only take 3 other people.
We need to coordinate that because I just booked one for April 30th for Epcot. We can
Oh,
coordinate that so that we. 'cause,
cool. Yeah.
Here's one thing that kind of screwed me, and I don't want to go too far off the question topic here, but a lot of these dates are before March, which are when my points reset for. I've already borrowed 2025, so I need to borrow for 2026.
So
And
Jeff's
so-
in point debt. Okay,
I
Jeff
have a
needs.
point problem
High
that
five,
I
Jeff.
wasn't able to
High
book
five.
anything before March.
We didn't have as much of a point. We're not in point debt as much as we had banked points, and our use year
We had
is
to
February. So you
borrow.
had what was
Mhm.
it? One date that you
Yeah, it was the January one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
and
borrow.
it's I just want you guys to fully understand how this goes down at the Krieger house. So we get word that these dates are released. I go into full frantic mode and making sure we get the news out about the dates and everything. And meanwhile, I'm screaming down the hall to Amy, "Book rooms, book rooms!" and I love you so much because for every room that you book, you're like, well, should we get the 1-bedroom at Bay Lake Tower, or should we do the?
I just want to know before I spend the points. Like, oh, there's only 1-bedroom left here. What do you want? Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just
And
book
for the record, we
rooms.
do go, we try to hit up the parks once because we cover it for DVC fans so that the community knows what's going on, what to expect when they go.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And this might not be a question, but I can promise all of you, we don't get special tickets. We're in
No.
the queue just like you are. We're booking
Right.
our rooms with our points just like you are. No special treatment here. I can promise you.
We wish we got special treatment.
Yeah.
I mean,
None. Okay, this is a good one. Carrie said our arrival date is one of the 2025 days. We arrive early enough in the day that we can take advantage of the free water park entry, and can we still go to Moonlight Magic? I would say that the timing on that would be fine if you get there really early.
yeah,
And-
I mean, those two things are going to be two different benefits. So you're going to get like that additional ticket benefit for the early water park entry on your arrival day, and then they're obviously going to be closing the water park a little bit early that day. So I don't know if there's any, let us know in the comments if you've previously maybe been a day guest at Typhoon Lagoon for one of those event dates. Can you then, like the other park events, can you then check in inside the park if you're already there? That's how it
You would
works. Like
think.
standard resort, like or at a standard
Yeah.
park, like Epcot or something like that. If you're already in the park, you can check in the park. I'm not quite sure if
They
Typhoon
didn't
Lagoon
specify
works
that they
similar.
were going to Typhoon's Moonlight Magic,
Oh,
but
okay.
they might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if not, I
Yeah.
think there's enough time
Yeah, I don't
between
think
those.
there's gonna be- I don't think
Moonlight
you're gonna have
Magic
any
is
issues.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we did Typhoon Lagoon last year, if you remember, we didn't get our wristbands until past the turnstiles. Right there. Remember, there was right there in front of the photo opportunity. We didn't get them outside the park, so
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Right.
that.
For sure.
That,
I want to
that
get
would be,
Typhoon Lagoon.
yeah.
Have them go down the medium size tube at best.
I can't believe you quote that. That is hysterical.
That would
somebody.
be-
Oh,
would
sorry.
be
Go ahead. We're getting a
Sorry.
little bit of like thunder. I think it's the storm
Stormy,
breaking up our connection a little bit.
stormy delay is coming in.
Never mind. It's me. So it's obviously nothing important. I was just going to say, I hope for her who wrote that her event is so she can take advantage of the free park because she's a DVC member, then go right into Moonlight Magic because then she doesn't have to go back and be soggy in the lobby.
That's true.
So that's going to help.
that is a good. I hope it's the same for her.
And I would say in general, just to kind of end with some of these questions, is if you do have questions, our DVC fan Facebook group is the best place to ask them because we've got a lot of people that have done a lot of events and they've experienced pretty much everything you could say related to Disney Vacation Club, related to Moonlight Magic, or anything of the sort. So definitely head over there. We'll try to answer more questions if you do ask them, but our community is so knowledgeable just as much as we are about these. But very, very, very excited for more Moonlight Magic coming in the future in 2025. I think we're going to have some more fun next year at a lot of these events. We'll take Derek to his second ever Moonlight Magic event. I think he probably hopes it's an Epcot event so that he can drink his way around. You'll see Derek flinging bucket hats around World Showcase Lagoon as he tries some special beers around.
Yeah.
So
I just think it's great too, Paul, because so often, we always talk about Disney took this away, Disney Vacation Club took this away. This is a great example of they didn't have to add more events, but they did. So regardless, it shows that they care about their members. It shows that they're going, literally above and beyond by adding all these. They're taking them away. They're adding more. So I think it's cool.
Well, that is going to do it for our Moonlight Magic 2025 discussion. Be on the lookout for all of our content related to these events as they happen in 2025. And let us know in the comments what you love about Moonlight Magic, if you've experienced an event and how it went for you. If you've had any issues with registering in the past, put that all in the comments. Let us know. We love to engage in that conversation. But that's going to do it for this week's episode of the DVC Show. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all next Monday.